week on the Tour Report, we're going to give you, all three of us are going to go through our bronze, silver and gold picks. And then we have a little bit of a dark horse to throw into the mix as well. Elk, do you want to start?
I certainly will. For my bronze medal choice this week, Diane, I'm going with Canada. Okay. Corey Connors is in tremendous form. We all watched him play very well at the Open Championship. Like about 4th in ball striking, 30th in proximity to the hole. When I think of Japanese golf, I'm going to take Corey Connors for a medal this week. There's some guys that I'm picking above him that are playing even better, but I think Corey Connors is going to get a medal, and I think it's going to be a bronze just because of the way he plays golf and hits the ball very straight, nice rhythm, and I think that's going to serve him well.
He had a fantastic Open Championship as well, especially at the weekend, and ended up finishing in a tie for 15th. But we saw that elite play from Connors at the start of the year at the Players' Championship, at Bay Hill. I mean, he was in contention, it seemed, week after week. So he's got one win under his belt on the PGA Tour and taking it to the world stage. Very proud to represent that Maple Leaf.
No doubt about it. You know, he's a very solid striker. Corey Connors is going to win more events on tour. He's just stumbling up against some guys that are very, very hot. He played well at the Augusta this year again, and was right there with Matsuyama. He ran over a little bit at the Open with Morikawa and Spieth, but he's right there and we're talking about Corey Connors all the time, and we're talking about Corey Connors in a certain sense of the way he strikes the ball. He's a straight player.
Yeah, so I love Corey Connors. He's been playing great. I just don't think this is the event where he's going to actually press it because the field's so good with these top line players. The other thing is it's hard for me to take a Canadian in the Olympics. They just name a Canadian person that other than Ben Johnson, who was doped up and beat Carl Lewis, and everybody remembers how controversial. Canada doesn't do anything in the Olympics. They're not going to do anything this year, and they're not going to do anything in golf. But I do love Corey Connors. It's no indictment on his game. I just don't think this is going to be the week where he travels around the world and performs. But Elk, I can see why you'd go with him. He's one of our favorite players. We pick him a lot on this show.
Do you have a counterpoint balance for your bronze medal pick this week, Jay?
I do, and I'll tell you why. This is a kid, and I'm going to use the operative word kid here, who has come out on tour, and he fits the mold of these young players, kids that are ready to actually not just compete, but not only win, but they can win around the world. And we talk about motivation a lot, Elk. That's a big thing that you bring up every week. Like, does this guy actually want to be here? What is his purpose for playing? And I feel like this young player represents a country where no matter where he would finish on the podium, it's going to be a big deal. Not to mention the kid can strike it. He's 9th in driving distance. He's 15th in ball striking. So there alone tells me he's going to be in play and in contention on every hole. So my bronze pick, representing the great country of Chile, is Joaquin Niemann.
It's very hard to go wrong with Niemann, and I'm just looking at their odds because we have them here. He's 22-1. Corey Connors for you, Elk, 25-1. So probably right about for the bronze medal when it comes to the Vegas odds.
Now, Diane, I saw in pre-meeting you have some unusual picks. Are you going to have a story to tell here on your bronze?
Always have a story to tell. Always.
He always has a story
So
to tell.
my bronze pick, and Elk, I'm ashamed of you for not representing your country a little bit more. Team Australia, for me, my bronze pick is Cam Smith. Now, I have many reasons as to why. I think the ultimate reason is the pride that he has for his country, and it's been demonstrated in the fact that that beautiful mullet that he has shaved AUS in the side. So, I mean, he's fired up, he's ready to go. Cam Smith is coming off all right finishes, playing the Open Championship, obviously the US Open right before that, kind of middle of the pack, which is fine, no panic about that. I mentioned the pride that he feels for his country. He finished runner-up for Australia at the World Cup of Golf with Mark Leishman. The two of them won together at the Zurich Classic in New Orleans. They're going to be playing President's Cup together. So I just think that he has a lot of pride that will drive him on to do well for Australia. The number one reason is he is first on the PGA Tour for putting average right now. How on earth could you ever overlook someone who is number one when it comes to putting? So my bronze medalist is Cameron Smith.
He's a true Aussie, and I have not finished talking about my picks yet. So but I do thank you for putting the Aussies in there. That's great.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so those are our three bronze medalists. I'm going for Cam Smith, Jay picked Joaquin Niemann, and Elk going for Corey Connors, the Canadian.